Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 10th of September. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And Gary, how exciting is it? We're in second weekend into the spring selling season. Yes. We have had the most phenomenal weekend last weekend. We had the most phenomenal weekend the weekend before. Yes. We've just finished the most incredible listing week. I've had 5 espressos this morning, so I am just pumped and excited.
You're scary, Phil. Let's talk about the weekend that was, because GPTV is going for too long and you just keep talking, you babble on with nonsense. People just want the facts, so just shut up.
So let's talk about the facts in the marketplace, but before we do so, talk about the facts, I have to wish you congratulations, Gary. You've got your Carlton cap there. All of the Carlton supporters have come out of the woodwork. Those that only went to see one game this year and now on the bandwagon. But what a great game. I watched most of the game, but I watched again last night, the last quarter, because if you'd only ever seen one game of football, that last quarter was unbelievable.
Look, I just want to thank the AFL for being considerate to all real estate agents and having it on Sunday afternoon at 3:20, straight after our last auction, with enough time to get there.
Andrew Demetrio, thank you. We made the call, we gave you the call, we said, can you do it for us? And you did. You're a great guy.
We shouldn't even be there. Thanks to Essendon for being caught cheating. Thanks to Richmond for dropping the ball in the third quarter. Doesn't get more exciting. Go the Mighty Blues. Sydney will most likely crush us, but it is our moment.
You're going to go to Sydney next week?
I can't go on Saturday to Sydney, unfortunately, Philip, but I'd like to, but I can't. But I will be watching. I'll be tuning in on Saturday night. Let's talk about the weekend in real estate, Phil, because 2 weekends ago we were sitting on the couch saying we've done really well selling 12 or 14, and some of the people watching might have said, well, what about those other 2 vendors that didn't sell? Well, what a shame.
How exciting is that? Because we passed in 2 properties that weekend, which was Spring Road in Caulfield South, a lovely 2-storey home, which we ended up selling for more than the asking price. And at some time in GPTV, Gary, we're going to talk about how we were able to get sales sold.
Doesn't happen every day.
For more than the asking price. And then we sold Craddock Avenue, which was really quite exciting, Gary, because we passed that in on Sunday on a vendor bid. We had a buyer come forward immediately after the auction and put another $10,000 on top of the vendor bid. Now, while this property's price is undisclosed, we actually had an auction going backwards and forwards between 2 parties for most of Thursday afternoon, not Thursday afternoon, most of Wednesday afternoon. That's right, yes. And we were able to conclude a sale there so far in excess of the passed in price. It was fantastic.
So when you're on GPTV saying to people, we don't think it's going to be long, they probably say, that's that Philip Kingston again, don't believe it. The reality is it's true. They all get sold.
So weekend, moving on to this weekend,
just talk about Phil.
We sold this weekend.
This weekend we sold 75% of our sales, Philip. We sold 12 out of 16. I'm not sure what the state auction result was.
Well, the state auction result was 74%. So I'm not sure that it's 75% when we're 75% of the industry is at 74. We can say we smashed the industry rate, but we did beat it.
We did beat it. Let's talk about some of the auctions. We haven't got time to go through all of them because we're trying to keep it short, Philip. But we did start off on Saturday. I was at an auction which I conducted with great pleasure at 10:30 on Saturday morning in Elswick in Glen Huntly Road on the corner of Carr Street, Philip. One of your favourite cafes just there. There's 2 of them there, isn't there?
Absolutely.
The Pound being one of them. And that one was passed in at $480 and sold for $490 directly after the auction, Philip. So that was very good.
Yep, well done.
We then moved on to a property in Alexander Street in St Kilda East, Phil. That one was on the market at $430,000, sold for $468,500. And then, Phil, we went to Arthur Street in Caulfield North. That one, the reserve was $790, sold for $861,000.
And I was at that auction, Gary. Leor Samuel did that auction. I had a break at that time, so I thought I'd go and check out Leor. He's a seriously good auctioneer, Leor. He's doing a really good job. And had some competitive bidding there. Great street, great property.
13 at 219 Alma Road, Philip, in East St Kilda. That one was sold. It was on the market. It was written up in the Age, saying it was a very long, drawn-out auction. So thank you, Catherine Cashmore, for saying that about our auction. I take that.
No, that's a compliment.
But anyway, it sold for $535,500, Phil, and that was a action-packed auction with 3 buyers. But while I was there, you were in Edith, and some say you can't have your cake in Edith too, but some buyer did, didn't they?
You are so funny, I've got to tell you.
I laugh at my own jokes.
You should really put out an end of year, a Christmas collation of your funniest jokes. Be a very short DVD, that one. Edith Street, block of land. And we actually went into that auction knowing that with blocks of land, you never really know how much interest you've got. Because people don't really have to ring us. But we did pass that in on a vendor bid and then immediately went into post-auction negotiations with a party that was there and got it away successfully.
On Sunday morning, Philip, under the regime of a new Liberal government, and
we actually haven't talked politics at all on this show.
But I tell you one thing, Phil, if you're a Collingwood supporter that votes Labor, you had a pretty bad weekend, didn't you? But let's talk about Beach Street, because that was our first auction under Liberal government, and what happened?
Well, Gary, we didn't sell it, so that's the good news to GPTV viewers, that it is the most fantastic property of its type, with views directly over Princes Park, still available, and I think, Gary, with an asking price
of $1,395,000.
Great buying.
In Wilgar Street, Philip, we had two apartments. They both sold. The first was at 45 Wilgar Street, a beautiful older style apartment. We shot the St Kilda report there. For those people who watch GPTV, you should also be aware that there is a St Kilda and Bayside report that's on our internet that comes out regularly, with Jeremy Rosen's presenting, with usually one or both of us or some guests, and always interesting to know what's going on in St Kilda. But that apartment, Philip, had a reserve of $582,000 and sold for $625,000, a very competitive property. Garden Avenue, Glen Huntly, I went there with Leon and conducted that auction, unit 3 at 4 Garden Avenue. We had 3 or 4 bidders going hammer and tong for that one, sold well above reserve but price undisclosed. And then, Philip, in York Street, the price is undisclosed. I was already in the train on the way to the MCG. What happened there?
Okay, so the price is undisclosed, but I can say we had about 200 people at the auction. We held that a mixture of inside spilling out to the alfresco.
You made a lot of noise about that house.
Oh, great house, Gary. And a lot of people actually from GPTV came down to have a look at it. That was interesting.
And you were on the radio talking about with Glen Ridge on 3MP as well.
Now, we passed that in at $1,725,000.
You do a good job at passing it in.
And we sold the property after about half an hour of negotiations for a price well in excess of that. And I think that actually sets a new price record in Caulfield South for a property of its type on that parcel of land. So great result. But once again, I want to just say Tag Interiors, which is TAG Interiors. The owner of that property is an interior designer. That's her company. She's got a website under construction, but if you want to get in touch with her, Tag Interiors, I think it's taginteriors.com.au. If it's not, just get in contact with me, because you're a fabulous designer if you're looking for a designer for a home or a project.
Well, that's the weekend that was, or at least as much we can talk about. But
that was a bit of a plug for Tag Interiors. I've got another plug, Gary, because let's go from real estate to cars.
Are you getting paid for
No, this is a free plug. I just want to talk about my car went in for service, which is pretty typical if you drive.
By the way, he is a bad driver. I've got to let people know. He's from the country, and all they worry about is sheep. You know, they have to hit sheep and getting there like out of the brakes when they get
Anyway, I drive a Range Rover, and for those Range Rover drivers, you'll know that you spend quite a bit of time in the workshop.
You need it in Armdale.
Comes with the car. So I rang my mates. I've got some mates at Lexus of Brighton, a fellow by the name of Trent Howson, who is a superstar salesperson down there. A really nice guy as well.
And he's the right Howson, not the other side of Howson.
I rang Trent and I said, Trent, my car's going in for service. Have you got something sexy for me to drive? And he gave me a car for 2 days, which was
There's a line there, but I'll stay away from it.
Which was an ISF Lexus. And I'm just going to show that up on screen.
Ooh,
if you want
a
seriously fast, seriously schmick car, give Trent a call at Lexus of Brighton, and he will put you in this car for a day or two.
Did you get propositioned while you were driving it by many men and women?
All I can say is that if I bought that car, I would have to get a chauffeur, because I would lose my license in a second. Anyway, thanks to the guys at Lexus of Brighton, who are well in our area. They're a very entrenched dealership in our area, but that is not a paid plug. I just want people to know
that. Do viewers care? They want to hear about real estate.
A lot of our clients drive Lexuses, so go and speak to Trent.
Yeah, okay. I shouldn't be so mean, should I? No. Let's talk about what's happening in the market this week, because firstly, we have got this auction right here. This Saturday, there are no auctions. It is a very observed Jewish holiday, the Day of Atonement, so that's Saturday out. But this Sunday...
You'd have a lot of atoning to do, Gary, I would have thought, knowing what you get up to do in your private life.
I need more than a day. I need about a month, let alone you. Let's talk about where we are right now, Phil, because this goes for auction on Sunday, and we are in Fitzgibbon Crescent. This is a lovely street. It's nothing ever comes up for sale here. But how about this home, Phil? Let's talk a bit about it.
This is the most beautifully renovated period home, Gary, and we're sitting in the Kitchen Meals family room overlooking a north-facing rear garden area that's beautifully terraced with the most gorgeous swimming pool. Perfect street, perfect orientation, and a stunning renovation. And you know, you couldn't ask for better real estate in North Caulfield than this house, Gary.
Well, it kicks off on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Philip, you have the honours here.
I'm going to have an early night Saturday night.
I think you should. Now,
I noticed the vendor's got the most incredible coffee machine. So
yeah.
I'm going to say to the vendor, who's not in the house as we speak, but make sure the coffee machine's cranked up. And hopefully you'll be serving coffees to people that are coming through between 10 and 10:30 on Sunday morning.
Philip, we have this one coming up also on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. This is a unit in Emma Street, which is a terrific address, and I like the units like this. Garden Avenue we sold, that was a unit very much like that. They're always in hot demand and they're always good, and we suggest you should come down and have a look at that one. But Phil, could there be a bigger auction than the one that we have here in Dundas Place, right in the heart of Albert Park, Philip, in the middle of all of the terrific amenities, and you've got the pleasure of doing that together with a conjunctional agent which is called Finding the Best Agent, and they found us.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to that auction, Gary. In fact, very cool, very groovy, very good-looking area, that whole.
And we've had interesting
area.
people. We had football players down there. We've had all sorts of, you know, celebrities and
noted
people.
Schmick up and, you know, maybe even buy a new suit for that auction.
Yeah,
Gary.
I think you should, Phil, because you haven't got about 25 suits. You
No,
need a few more.
36, actually.
36 suits, and you need.
I try to cap my wardrobe at 36 suits.
You're
so
very
if I buy a new one, I'm going to have to get rid of one.
You're very frugal when it comes to suit buying, Phil. Dundas Place.
When you've got a face like this, Gary, you've got to distract from it, don't
It's
you?
at 12:30 on Sunday, Philip, and it's going to be a big auction. We're looking forward to seeing you down at that one. Phil, we have got an apartment in Orong Road, right near our office in East St Kilda. That one comes up on Sunday, also in the afternoon. That's going to be an interesting one. Unit 8 at 333 Orong Road. Now, Jeremy Rosens is doing that one, and that's going to be at 1:30 p.m. Phil, on Sunday at 2:30, I'm closing out the weekend in Scott Street in Caulfield South, which is a terrific location. This is a home, a weatherboard home. Some people are considering it as land value only. Others are talking about renovating. Some are going to be renting it out. But a great position, Scott Street, a well-known street in the heart of Caulfield South, which is on the move, Phil.
All right, that's enough about real estate, Gary. I'm going to summarise the week by just quickly saying it's interesting. We've got a new government.
Yes.
Tony Abbott is now our leader.
Yes.
And I think you can take that Carlton thing away. I am predicting, and this is not declaring my political stripes, but I am predicting that the next 3 years in real estate is going to be pretty good.
You heard it first here.
Because a change of government.
Pretty good.
I think
what does pretty good mean?
I think there's going to be some. I think people are just going to be feeling a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
Not that there was necessarily anything wrong with the last government, but we now have certainty for the next 3 years.
And the people of Australia have spoken, Philip.
And I think that's a good. I think that's a good thing.
And Clive Palmer didn't get in.
For those people that are thinking about selling their house, Gary.
Did you vote for the Sex Party?
We are rapidly.
I want to meet people that vote for the Sex Party.
My father was going to vote for the Sex Party. There's a whole
right?
story in that.
Yeah, now you know. It all makes sense now. Yeah.
If you're thinking about selling this spring, you do need to be in touch with us pretty urgently, because the year is rapidly drawing to a conclusion. We're already filling out our October, spilling into November, Gary. There's a great feeling in the marketplace. Buyers, we're having competitive bidding on just about every property we're putting to the market at the moment. So,
what's your father got to do with the Sex Party? That's what I want to know. Is that a synonymous thing with the Kingstons?
It's been a big week in real estate. It's been a big week in Australia.
No disrespect to the Sex Party.
I want to say good luck to Tony Abbott. I want to say good luck to our new government, because
see you, Kevin. Thank you.
For all Australians, we are living in the luckiest country on the planet. So good luck.
With some of the best real estate in the world, and we're bringing it all to you here on GPTV. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Thanks again for watching.
Bye now.